Yes! Is there a better weekend than United and Tottenham losing and Chelsea just survive a win against Newcastle? Let's get into it. All right, welcome back, everyone, to American Boost Podcast. Chelsea 2, Newcastle 1 at home. What a game. I thought we played Newcastle out of the park during parts of the game, and during parts of the game, we let them come back. Of course, we still leaking goals. It's Zach gets his goal, which I thought he was offsides for. I cannot stand the way we are still measuring lines. Like this is a few years ago when we have semi-automatic offsides that's way more accurate, and the Premier League voted against it. Like, why? Why are we the only league in Europe that don't? I don't understand. We have to rely on these stupid refs. And this ref is starting to annoy me almost as much as Anthony Taylor with just the number of soft calls against Chelsea again and again and again, and not even having the balls to stick to his on-field decision for that penalty against Nkunku. Infuriating. But let's get into it. Lots of positives from this game. First thing, kind of a surprising lineup. I was really happy to see Lavia in the midfield. We needed a strong, powerful midfield to offset Newcastle's midfield. And then the big surprise was Reese James starting left back, Gusto right back. Overall, I'm not really sure if that was the right decision, although James did have a fantastic game. He played full 90 minutes, looked great, and he has several key interceptions and blocks in the back, and he even saved us at the death. So, captain's performance, great on him. It definitely seems like Maresca's really harsh words from earlier in the week had its effect, which is great. That's what you want to see. But let's start with the goals. First goal, it was a quick counter. Palmer along the 30-yard line gets the ball. One look, saw Neto making the run, and inch perfect pass past Livramento, who couldn't do anything about it. Neto ran onto the ball, beat the defender, and simple cross to Jackson, who had a good finish. Amazing. That goal is all Palmer. This is one of those second assists that are so good that you wish they would get some kind of credit for it, because that vision and the execution of that pass, I'm pretty sure Palmer is the only person on our team that's able to do it. And what an amazing pass. Passes like that is pretty much why I watch the game. Those passes are just, they are so sexy. I love it. I absolutely love it. And of course, Nicholas Jackson, another goal, calm, cool, collected, super important goal, that go-ahead goal in the beginning, the first goal of the game. He had to be calm. He still had to finish. And Jackson this season is starting to look better. He's finishing chances that he should finish. And that's all I've ever wanted of him, is just finish these easy chances, and you will be one of the best strikers in the whole league. And then, of course, we did let Newcastle get back to the game a little bit, and they did end up getting a cross into Isaac, who was kind of infuriating, open between Colwell and James. Neither of them were marking him all that well. Although I will say it looks like they were holding the offside trap. And I think, from the TV image, it looked like he was offsides. But, these mystery lines that they're drawing, who knows, whatever. And that being said, there was another early chance by Palmer for a very early goal where he was just called marginally offsides, where on TV, he looked like he was on. So these lines, man, these crazy lines, whatever. It's a system we're using, so I guess we're just stuck with it. But then, of course, our trademark this season has been Maresca's halftime talks. They are so good. Whatever he's telling the team, they are coming out on fire. And Palmer, for that second goal, to score near post from that angle, I have to say, Nick Pope, huge disappointment. He has to be saving that a shot. He has to be saving it. He got his hand on it near post. He cannot be letting that in. But of course, who else? Cole Palmer, confident. You knew he was going to strike it from there, and you knew he was going to strike it clean. And just what a performance. I would say easily Cole Palmer, man of the match today, without question. And then we had several more chances. There was a great one-on-one by Madueke on the right side where he finally beat his man, which I think it was Lewis Hall. And then he hit a great cross into Neto. Neto headed it straight into the post. Unlucky. What can you do? So close to another goal. And we really needed that third goal to feel comfortable in this game, because the end of this game was just, ooh, man, had me squeezing. And then a couple more chances even at the tail end of the game where Palmer had an incredible touch to let Nkunku through, who was onside. He gets pulled back by the defender when he makes a cutback. The ref on field during live play called it a penalty, which I thought was a penalty because clearly he put a hand on Nkunku's shoulder. I'm sorry. When you're running at that speed and you make a cutback, any touch like that is going to make you lose your balance. And then, of course, VAR had to intervene, had to review it. And then the ref, just absolutely no balls to even stick with his own decision on the field, took away the penalty. Crazy decision. And then there was another one on Nkunku at the end where he won the ball cleanly, like didn't even touch the player. And then they get called for a penalty against them. Like, it was so bad that Palmer fell over and Maresca ran into his chair screaming. Like, this is how bad this ref was. This ref, man, like, easily my second least favorite ref after Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor is just absolute worst. He's the king of bad refs against Chelsea. But this ref, man, he's always making the softest calls. And today, yeah, just horrible game. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's the one that gave us 7 yellow cards in that one game earlier this season, or 8 yellow cards, whichever one that we set the record on. I'm pretty sure it was this ref that did it. But, oh my God. And of course, we did manage to hold on at the end. And Reese James I don't even know he meant to do it when he headed the ball back from across and it just barely floated over the crossbar. Oh my God. I think the entire team jumped on him to congratulate him on that save. So good for him, man. Good for the defense. We held on. This is absolutely a game that we would have lost or tied last season or the season before. And you can see the belief, the strength, getting wins like this when it's tough, when it's nail biting, when things are going against you, the ref is going against you, and to still pull out a win. I mean, that is a hallmark of a team that is going places. That is a hallmark of a manager that is motivating the team. And you can see the togetherness, the spirit, the energy, all of it at the end. Incredible. What a win. I think this win will go such a long ways in terms of how this team performs in such tight games, especially at home where our record has not been good for many seasons. This win is huge. It's huge for the team. It's huge for the home fans, huge for the crowd. Everything about this win is important. And I think it's just an absolute hallmark for the season. Now, of course, apart from Cole Palmer, man of the match performance, so many key passes from midfield, so calm on the ball, crazy assists on assists. And of course, he gets his goal. What a player. And then what I love about it is at the end of the game, in 97 plus minutes, he was the one who was sprinting at Nick Pope, cutting him down, trying to stop him from making a pass out. And for this player to have that much energy at the end of the game, unbelievable. Another big shout out is to both Caicedo and Lavia. Absolute engines in our midfield. They had so many key interceptions, broke apart the play. They were calm on the ball, especially Lavia, man, except for one wayward pass in the first half where he did give them a good chance. The rest of the game, I thought he was absolutely amazing. And it's great to see him play 70 plus minutes. He slowly needs to get integrated back in the team. I love how Maresca is using him. He is one of our best players after Cole Palmer in that midfield. And we need Lavia if we are going to become a better team. And just the energy, the calmness and possession, the ability to find that linking pass. Lavia has everything in midfield, absolute everything. And I can understand why we spent so much on him for a player that's that young in the midfield, because he truly is something special as long as we can keep him fit. And of course, Reese James, I felt like Maresca did have pretty harsh comments for him. I think it was either yesterday or the day before where he said, we don't really have a leader on the team. He expected more captain material from Reese. He's saying Reese is too reserved, both on and off the field. And I agree. I've always said our captains should be loud. They should be a presence. Even when they're not on the field, they should be a presence. And Reese James just hasn't really had that personality to match with it. If you listen to him in interviews, he's usually very reserved, very quiet. And I don't think that's just a show for, the press. I think that's the kind of person he is. It's just he's so naturally talented and one of the most talented people on the team that he just naturally became captain. But I agree. I would agree with Maresca's Ted. Do I think James should lose the captainship right now? No. I don't think it's that dramatic. But I do think if after this season, Reese is still very reserved and someone like Colwell, who you can tell is ready to step up, he's a leader on the pitch. He gives, when his post-match interviews, he's always very honest and direct. He doesn't shy from the camera like that. Colwell reminds me of like a young John Terry in terms of future captaincy. So I can easily see that switch. And if Maresca does find that appropriate, I have no qualms about it. I don't think it's that much of a thing on Reese. And I think it might be better for his mental health too, to not have that much pressure and just, because I'm sure the last couple seasons have taken its toll with the amount of injuries, him still being captain. So many people questioning, should he still be captain if he's not on pitch, all that stuff. I think it's great for him to just focus on himself, focus on his fitness, focus on the game, and maybe give someone else a chance at captain. If that's the way we're headed, I'm fine with it. Now, negatives. My biggest negative is the ref. I've already said enough. This ref was horrendous. Every game that I watch him ref, I feel disgusted. And yeah, just the quality of Premier League refs the last few seasons have gone so far down. It's shocking. It seems like he's taken a note out of Anthony Taylor's book, just constantly giving soft calls against Chelsea, terrible calls, not having the balls to stick to his own calls on the field and having to rely on VAR for what I thought was a pretty clear penalty, and it's not enough evidence to overturn it, but he still did it anyways. Oh my God, insane. But you know what? Despite the ref's hardest intentions to turn the game the other way, we still managed to win this game and hold on, and well-deserved win at that too, because we played far better than Newcastle. And then lastly, big negative, Sanchez's passes today. Oh my God, I cannot think of a single pass that he successfully made. I'm sure there were some. I need to look at the stats later, but man, his long balls, awful. So many went straight out of play or straight to their defender or to like not even anywhere near where a Chelsea player was. And then his medium range passing, also horrible. His short range passing, horrible. He even had one throw out pass that was also horrible, just horrible all around. He did not help us in build up. Like, he was a huge liability, if anything. So might as well just give the ball to Colwell to make those passes next time. The last few games, I feel like Sanchez's ability is really starting to show itself. And this is kind of back to baseline of last year, where you just don't really know what you're going to get from him. You just have no idea. Sometimes he's good. Sometimes he'll make a save on a shot, and then other times he'll just go nuts and his brain's just out the window. I'm just like, what are you doing, man? Like, stop. You make me so nervous when I watch you play. Like, it's just not fun. We desperately need a world-class goalkeeper. Like, we really, really, really do. But overall, super excited about the win. We play Newcastle again in the League Cup midweek. It's going to be a completely different game, completely different team. Lavia definitely won't start. Reese James definitely won't be starting. So we'll see how the team does. I still think our B team can beat their A team for sure, just because our system is better and our manager's better. But, that being said, let's see what happens. But super excited about this win. And of course, last thing is, I cannot believe both Tottenham and United lost. When I was filling out my fantasy this week, not even I thought United could lose to West Ham because of how awful West Ham have been this season. And yeah, I cannot wait to watch these highlights. I cannot wait to see United fans' reactions. It makes my heart sing with joy to see how bad United is. Just please United, as a club, do not sack Ten Hag before we play them. Please, just 2 more weeks, and then you can sack him. 2 more weeks, then sack him. Thank you. Peace.